Hey all you dudes and dudettes, this is Val with another Dungeon Hunter Champions video. In this video, we're going to talk about Katsuko, the fire magical girl. Alright, so here she is. I got her built, and so far so good. Let's talk about her skills. So her first active skill, Magical Wand. Flings a ball of magic, damaging the target enemy from a distance. Every 5 seconds, the next attack is empowered, firing a beam of magic which damages and inflicts ongoing damage on enemies in a line. Her first active skill is Ribbon Volley. Whips a ribbon of energy forward 3 times. Each ribbon damages enemies in a line and slows. If an enemy is struck by all 3 ribbons, the last one stuns. Now the note is, can move while channeling. Each ribbon will travel in the same direction. Meaning if you cast it to your left and you move right, north, south, east, west, it will still continue to go to your left, no matter what direction you are currently moving. Active skill 2, Healing Circle. Summons a magic circle that heals and raises defense of all allies within its bounds. Healing is based on caster's max HP. Her third active skill, Queen of Hearts. Bless all allies with protective magic, absorbing incoming attacks. Reduces all damage dealt to affected allies. At the end of its duration, the spell unleashes this energy, dealing damage proportional to the damage absorbed to all enemies near affected allies. And then lastly, her synergy skill is max HP for boss raids only of 30%. Let's talk about these skills. This one immediately throws attack speed out of the window. The reason why is this happens every 5 seconds. It's not based on how many times you attack. It's strictly set at every 5 seconds. So even if you had more attack speed, you're not going to get more ongoing damage. For that reason, we're going to throw attack speed out. Ribbon seems interesting in 5v5 because if they move, as long as they're moving in the same direction or you can keep moving with them, then you're always going to get a stun. But this can be iffy as no one's going to be that static in 5v5 unless you're fighting bots. Healing Circle heals for a lot. Even with her stats, which we'll get into, the only thing I don't like is, unlike other buffers like the Naga, like Wanga, like Mojo, she actually has to have them within that circle for them to get the raised defense buff. It is not area wide and is confined to the circle. However, her healing is still amazing with this in place. Queen of Hearts. This one is the money shot. This is the one that you're going to live and breathe for. This shield just absorbs an incredible amount of damage, even with no skill ups. So looking at all this, really you're looking at Adept and anything that gives you a lot of HP. Now, why Adept? So we know we can't use attack speed to this, so making this proc more isn't really going to do any good. And then really, this is more of a 5v5 thing. You're not bringing her to do damage or really to stun in PvE. So having this on Adept, it doesn't matter. And for that sake, gear doesn't matter in 5v5. Now, Healing Circle. We're talking about max HP now. Here's the first clear indication of how we should build her because of this. So we know we're going to build HP. This one solidifies Adept as the only 4-piece option. The reason why is if you look at skill bonuses, you get no cooldown reduction. You get damage reduction up the wazoo, but no cooldown reduction. And you want this up as much as possible. So for that reason, you're looking at Adept and you're looking at HP. So we'll take a look at my gear. As you can see, I went Adept Vital. Vital simply because I had the good Vital gear sitting around. As you can see, I had 21% roll. This was 3 rolls into it. The 4th roll ran into resistance. It made me really sad. If this had went one more time, I mean, it could have potentially been a 30% plus rune, but 20% is amazing. This is a great rune. I'm very happy how it went out. It's extremely support focused with the high HP and the resistance. And then here, this was just simply because this was already plus 15 and it had HP percent and the rolls went into resistance. So again, a more of a tankier rune, even though it does have primarily attack stats. None of them rolled into attack, so I wasn't using it on an attacker. So that's her gear. This is why I chose that gear. And really, guys, it has to be adept. I mean, there's really no other option for her based off her skills and how they work. Now, we're going to talk about, I'm going to do some testing in SW10. Let's jump over there real quick. And I want to talk about the team. So I really want to put her through her paces. There has been talk in Discord about how she basically obsoletes D.Va. I don't have mine yet. I will have mine in about 15 minutes here shortly when it flips over to the new day and I can farm water essence. But I really want to test her. I want to see if she's worth the hype. So this team, especially for her, I took out Zinnia so she doesn't have anyone to rely on for backup support heals. And I took out Zevron because invulnerability is just amazing. And I knew if he was in here, then it would be easy. Plus, I still needed a stripper since I'm taking out Zinnia. The option I went with was a max 4-star Basalt. Let's take a look at him. He's definitely not OP. Only thing he has going for him is he's max skilled. And I didn't even finish leveling his gear. I honestly wanted to see if she could live up to the hype. Here's his gear. These ones that are level are just ones I had level. This is still a good set. It's just not level. Like, it has all the stats you want. HP here. HP, more HP and resistance. So, I mean, it's a good set. It just needs to be leveled. Here's his stats. It's 35k HP, 378 defense. So, he's going to take damage. He's going to get hit. He's going to get hit hard. But I really wanted to see if Magical Girl could pull this off, or Katsuko, excuse me. So here we go. Let's take a look at this run with Kazuko trying to keep up a Basalt that's severely underleveled with definitely not enough gear to even be in this place. But can she do it? So here we go. We started off and we're off to the races. Okay, so there you go. Now, I will say that was the worst run that I've done with her. But as you can see, she kept everyone up. There was a few scary spots, but her heal was able to heal everyone to full every time it came up. Her damage absorption shield actually saved our water snake lady quite a few times. Now, you take a look at her raw healing, and there you go. She was definitely putting in work. Now, what does this mean for you? What does this tell you about Magical Girl? Basically, we had a good stripper who actually failed towards the end. As you saw, that invulnerability was up a little too long. But even so, she was able to keep everyone up until the very last second, even though we weren't getting the strips we needed to make this 100% successful during the end. Now, I've done several runs with her, and that was, like I said, the worst. Most of them, even with this lackluster Basalt, have been very, very smooth. Of course, in those situations, Basalt was picking up the strips a lot better than he was. But even so, the fact that we all walked away from this with just her healing, I mean, we had minor heals from him, but really she was carrying the weight. This speaks volumes to her, and all at a 5-star max. So my recommendation from her is a for sure build it if you are looking for pure healing and damage absorption numbers. She is great. I would even almost recommend her over the Nagas. I feel that great about this 3-star unit. You look at Xenia when she heals, she doesn't top people off. She tops people off. Now the catch is you have to be within her circle. But as you saw in that last run, typically all the units that were hurting were all grouped together, and she was able to heal them to full. I would say this is definitely 6-star worthy if you don't have another healer. I do have Diva that I will be building today, like I was talking about, so we'll see how she does. And we'll put her in the same situation. We'll take Katsuko out, we'll drop in the Diva, and we'll see if she can keep this team afloat. See if she does it better, see if she does it worse, and we'll compare the two, because the talk of the town is that Magical Girl replaces her. Now, I do believe that is the Water Magical Girl they're talking about, which is only available by getting it from summons at the moment. It is not a free unit, so the Fire really is the only one I have. So I will be summoning Saturday. Hopefully I get her. Now, I didn't take her into ED, obviously, because she is a fire unit and she would be a disadvantage in ED 10. But so far, from what I've seen, she is very reliable. I highly recommend her. If you have her and you don't have any other healers, you're still working on Water Diva, she's definitely worth the 6-star investment. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and all you dudes and dudettes out there, stay frosty.